Welcome to Culinary Arts Training, Lecture 1, Kitchen Safety. Kitchen safety is an important concept in the culinary arts, especially in home cooking. In this first video, as subsequent readings and supplementary videos, I will introduce one of the most basic concepts in kitchen safety, knife skills. According to estimates from the Consumer Product Safety Commission, between 1990 and 2008, over 8 million knife-related accidents were treated in U.S. emergency rooms. Learning proper and efficient knife skills will help you, the home cook, to select the correct knife, utilize the correct grip, use the correct cutting motion, and, when having a knife in hand, hopefully put together a good meal. Because that's what we're going for here. I will introduce the 3 most common knives you will come across in the typical home kitchen, because using the right tool for the right job is important. You wouldn't use a wrench to hammer a nail, so I used the wrong knife in the wrong situation. This just invites accidents, and that's what we're trying to avoid here. Practicing good safety habits starts with making good decisions. Let's go over the knife block and get started. This is a cutlery set that you may get at any typical home goods department store. You'll be given several different types and shapes of knives in these sets, but they're mostly just variations on the 3 main types. This is a chef's knife. The chef's knife will do the majority of the cutting and dicing you will come across in the kitchen. It's really the bread and butter knife for the home cook. This knife will get you through everything from dicing vegetables, chopping parsley, or carving that Thanksgiving turkey. They come in 2 distinct styles, German or Japanese, depending on your usage and budget. The edge is sharp and maintained by a honing steel. This is a honing steel. Honing steels do not sharpen knives. Sharpening a knife is a completely different action. Sharpening is putting a new edge on the blade when that edge is worn down. A honing steel simply realigns the edge, making it true. Make it true means that it's made straight or proper. Honing a knife to true is oftentimes all that's needed in keeping a knife sharp. Pause the video here and watch the Good Eats video called Happiness is a Sharp Knife. Honing a knife is something you should do every time you pick up the chef's knife to use it. Remember, a dull knife is an unsafe knife. You have probably seen chefs on TV or in movies run knives over the steel very quickly up in the air. As out and demonstrated, that is not necessarily needed. As new cooks, you don't have to do that. For one reason, this also invites danger, and again, that is what we're hoping to limit here. Another more practical reason is that you're not that experienced yet to hone the knife that quickly and effectively. So, as out and demonstrated, 90 degrees, 45 degrees, half of 45 is 20, and imagine you're trying to slice a small sliver off the steel. Several times doing this is all that's really needed. Then go back on the other side. Just slice a sliver of the steel off. Don't press too hard. Let gravity and just momentum do it. Pause the video here and review the finecooking.com article on the chef's knife. The second knife that you need to be aware of is the serrated knife or bread knife. This is one of those times when using the right tool for the right job is important. This knife has serrated teeth that will dig into extremely soft or coarse exteriors and not just slide off the side. This is why the serrations work so good on crusty breads and cuts of meat. The teeth will grab hold and saw through. You know this knife's little brother, the steak knife. The serrations grab hold of whatever you put them on and saw through. Don't let the lack of a sharp edge fool you though. This knife will cut. Remember that steak knives can easily cut through meat, so keep fingers and thumbs well away from them. The final knife that you need to know about is potentially the most accident prone and needs the most respect due to its cutting motion. It is the paring knife. Don't let this little sucker fool you. This can cause some injuries. The paring knife is used in close quarters for precision cuts, such as cutting the tops off strawberries or peeling an onion. Paring knives are held in the hand off the cutting board and close to the user. Paring is an essential technique to learn, but it takes practice and patience to master. These are the 3 most common knife forms found in most American kitchens. There are variations based on specific uses, but learning these knives and their cutting motions can go a long way in avoiding accidents. Knowing which knife to use is only half the job though. You need to know the correct cutting motion for which specific knife or use. I'll let Alton Brown cover that once again in another Good Eats clip. He expertly demonstrates slicing, chopping, and paring in this video. Pause the video here and watch the Good Eats American Slicer video clip. Properly storing away knives is also very important. Care should be used where knives are stored, especially if small children are in the house. Putting knives back in the appropriate knife block or tray in your cutlery set is also important. There are also magnetic knife racks that you can install in your kitchen that do well in keeping knives well away from small hands. Essentially, using common sense plus picking up some skills can go a long way in keeping kitchen knife accidents down to a minimum. Accidents will always happen. There's no way to entirely ensure that they won't, but following these simple rules can help. Review these materials and video clips as much as needed. I'll see you back here for Lecture 2 in Culinary Arts Training. Thank you. Goodbye.